and running.
Yes, perfect.
All right, fantastic. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us, for all of our colleagues that are here in person and for our honorees. This is at the end of every semester, the philosophy faculty likes to stop and take a moment just to give out some awards and recognize the good, outstanding work of our students, the teaching excellence of our faculty. And so we have a award ceremony. Oh, come on in. We're being joined by the Philosophy Club students and our colleagues. And as I said, we've been doing this at the end of every semester for a good long time now, for 10 years. We've actually given out over 100 awards. And it turns out that the faculty, which is indeed Marie Feldmeyer, Tony Given, myself, Jamie Hardy, the four of us have also, over the years, have been able to be supported and augmented and extended by great adjunct instructors, but also Fulbright scholars. There we have in the top 2016, Richard and Yvonne Naylor. And then below them in 2019, Derek Wilson joined us for the academic year 2019-2020, our COVID year. And then also in 23-24, Vladimir Narcia joined us from Tbilisi, Georgia, in Ilia State University there. And so the faculty has grown and goes up and down over time. But this is our last class photo here when we had a chance to get a photo with our friend Vladimir there. And so we're the folks that give out the awards on behalf of the philosophy faculty. And we do it in memory also of John Travis. He's our one professor emeritus in the 50 years that we have been teaching philosophy here at St. Philip's College. And so Marie and I go way back. This was back in 2013 when we started the Philosophy Club. And from that club, we've had a chance to, you know what, should I worry about these photos over here? No, just keep rolling. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this. All right. From the Philosophy Club came the Ethics Bowl team, and we've had students that have competed in the Ethics Bowl. It's been sometimes quite difficult. During COVID, they did it all online, which was amazing. So the students have been very committed to the Philosophy Club, the Ethics Bowl. That's them competing at St. Philip's College in the bottom. When we hosted the national conference here, David Kissel, who's here, helped arrange all of that. And then that's Matthew Fuller at the top at St. Mary's University with some of our students. And we've had over the years competed at UTSA and Texas A&M San Antonio. And we've had a lot of fun doing it. We've also taken students on field trips. This is to a philosophy lecture at Trinity University. This is when we went and visited the wolf sanctuary. We were doing a lot on animal ethics at the time, and the students wanted to go there, and they helped put all that together. COVID, of course, drove us into the online business. And at that point, we wanted to continue to engage our students outside. Able to invite some guest lecturers to come. And we developed a series where the students could ask them questions and do that online, which was helpful. We've supported the quality enhancement program when it was about ethical decision making here at St. Philip's College. And Tony right now is one of our stalwarts with the Intercollegiate Civil Disagreement Partnership. That's been a very rewarding partnership now for the last 6 years. And Tony and Kelly have been leading that. And that's been a good, productive partnership for us. So these are examples of the things that we do outside of the classroom in terms of our extracurricular. But we also wanted to recognize the teaching excellence of our faculty. And I mentioned at the beginning that we have one professor emeritus. We also wanted to honor our first professor, our first instructor of philosophy and ethics. This was a woman named Connie Economy. And she taught the two first philosophy classes at St. Philip's back in 1973. So it's the 73-74 academic year. And it's hard to get good photos of her because, you know, this was before the internet age. But she was a graduate. She was from San Antonio. She went to Alamo Heights High School and then to San Antonio College. And so I was able to dig up some photos. That's her driving the bus there on the left. And but a lot of these from when she was a student, making great grades at San Antonio College. And then once she graduated from SAC, she went on, got a master's, came back to San Antonio, and then started teaching here in 1973. And so we had a chance to dig up some of her history and some of especially as a student. I was telling Marie earlier today, I'm still working on finding the history about her, but we'll expand out the website once we get a little bit more information about her. So we wanted to stop and honor her, even though obviously she's not here, can't be with us, but we wanted to keep that history in mind. Also, one other thing about the Outstanding Student Awards, we've been doing this again since this is the 10-year anniversary of that 2016. And we did something we've never done before, which was we named 4 students who were in a class together. So the class, which was at Lackland Air Force Base, it was in the first 8 weeks. So it was a Flex 1 class. But the class went so well, these students really bonded together in class. And so they did a lot of work together as a team. And so we wanted to recognize them as a group. And so the 4, Amy, Rude, Janie, and Laya, they all were in the same class together as an ethics class, Philosophy 2306. And so we had a chance when the first 8 weeks ended, the Flex 1, we had a chance to give them their awards and to thank them for their kind of participation and engagement in the ethics class. They just did a really fantastic job as a group, so we wanted to thank them. All right, so the Fulbright Award. We started doing this when we had our first Fulbrighters, Richard and Yvonne Naylor, when they came in 2016. We thought we would add the Fulbright Award. And then over the years, we've given it to our scholars that have been visiting, but also to other people who were engaged with, for example, the San Antonio chapter of the Fulbright Association. And so we've had different people, both Fulbright scholars and people in the community that were helping support it. And I'm pleased to say that Veronica is joining us via Zoom today from UTSA, where she is an associate professor in public administration. And it turns out she has a great background in Fulbright. She was a Fulbright scholar to Canada. After that, she was named a Fulbright ambassador. So she continues in that role now. While she was doing her Fulbright scholarship, she actually was awarded the Fulbright Western Hemisphere Research Travel Grant. That was able to take her down to Argentina. And so she was able to, she's somebody who really embraced Fulbright as a scholar and a teacher. And I'm also pleased to say that in addition to her work as a traditional Fulbright scholar in that main program, she has also agreed to help with the San Antonio chapter of the Fulbright Association. So she is actually now going to be the new incoming president of the chapter here in San Antonio. And we have this monthly get together. There we are. That was Christmas time. Of course, this was, as you can see, Valentine's Day in February, but this was Christmas of 2025. And Veronica has been an active supporter of the chapter this last academic year. And so that's actually Veronica and I here at St. Philip's College up in Artemisia's restaurant, where we had a chance to have lunch with Roni Sadowski. There she is. She's an assistant professor of philosophy at Trinity University and a Fulbright scholar. She was a Fulbright scholar to Israel. So I wanted to, first of all, thank Veronica for stepping into your new role with the chapter. That's fantastic. We have a great segue to you here. But I would love for you to just say a few words as you take on this new role and tell us a little bit about your Fulbright experience.
Yes, thank you so much, Andrew, and thank you all there at St. Philip's College Philosophy Department. It's been such a joy to get to know Andrew and other folk there, such as Ronnie, and just in general, a very, very welcoming environment in the San Antonio Fulbright chapter And Andrew, Dr. Hill has been the president of the local chapter for the last 2 years, but probably has been involved in it way longer than that. So I'm very honored to be stepping into this new role. And I was a Fulbright scholar at the University of Ottawa in Canada in the 2022-2023. I was actually there in the fall of 2022, conducting research and giving a couple of seminars. My research area is in immigration policy and border management, US-Mexico border. But when I went to Canada, I did some research on Canadian borders during COVID-19 and how there were the policies towards closing them and then reopening them slowly. And so I was at the nation's capital doing some research there, and then I came back. And so it was a fantastic experience. And ever since I have been, as Andrew said, really involved with Fulbright. I was an ambassador. My tenure just ended actually in March this year. And that meant that I would go to different campuses, or I would do online virtual seminars or webinars rather, to talk about the opportunities of Fulbright, the different programs, and what the experience meant in my career and professional development. So I just finished that, and then I'm very honored to be now part of the local chapter with all the knowledge and the connections I've made. And my goal is to, solidify, even strengthen what Andrew and the board have already done and are doing, and just connect more people in the area, faculty, alumni, faculty, or students, and or in any of the 400 programs that Fulbright has. So if and also try to grow the footprint of the local chapter in the community, maybe do some community engagement, organize more lectures and so forth. So because this is obviously truly a voluntary position, obviously we kind of, I look forward to hearing from other people on the board and the larger group to expand what we can do to improve the community, to help San Antonio and, all the educational centers and institutions locally as well. So I'm very happy about this, Andrew. It's such an honor to be awarded this, definitely prestigious award, and my almost first award in locally. So I'm very excited, and thank you so much for your welcoming me into the local chapter and now into St. Philip's. Although I really love that restaurant, Artemisia. I'm thinking of going back in the next academic year. So thanks so much to the student club and to all of you for organizing this and for welcoming me and involving me in this.
Well, Veronica, we appreciate all you do. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Meeting on Saturday. I can give it to you in person then. All right. Well, the next award is the International Education Award, and I'm so pleased that Patricia is able to join us here in person at here in the Sutton Learning Center. Patricia has been doing international education work with the district for 16 years. Is that right? That's a good long time. And so we had a chance to have her recently cross over and visit with the Fulbright folks, which has been a lot of fun. But yes, Patricia is the coordinator of international recruitment and student services for all of our international students. And this photo is of you in 2011.
Wow.
That's the old district building, which has been torn down now. I don't know if y'all have driven past it recently, but they leveled that old building. It's gone.
It was so small. I thought it was
doing it through COVID and all the rest of us with everybody and all the different programs, we had to keep them going. And again, Patricia comes here to St. Philip's College to support our international students. This is up here in our student center, the Tobin Center, for our Thanksgiving lunch. And so we appreciate you coming. And we realize we're only one of 5 colleges. So I know you've got responsibilities all across the district. but we do appreciate you coming and supporting. And this is when our friend Vladimir Narcia, our visiting Fulbright scholar, came, and they had a lovely reception for him downtown at the main campus. And I do appreciate all the support you've given Vladimir when he came. And so I do want to just also ask you to say a few words, and we'll give you your award.
Yeah, you gave me an opportunity to do a pitch.
That's right.
Room. First of all, I want to thank Andy and the Philosophy Club for this honor. We do a lot of work because we love it. We love international, but it really is really nice to be appreciated, Andy. So, and I know I'm not the first, and I won't be the last from our office because we have a long line of people that do different great work. And our job is to internationalize the Alamo colleges, to provide multicultural experiences for our students so that they can have that broader perspective, right? That could help them in the workforce, because now the workforce is more global, and our students need to be prepared to do that. And we have a variety of different programs. So one of the programs that we started doing to connect our international students here, like students from St. Philip's from all over, and our rest of our population, our community, is called GENI, which is Global Engagement Network for International Education. And we started it off because we wanted to also have our students here at Alamo Colleges have that perspective and be able to develop it. But we started it during COVID. And so with that happened, it was like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do face-to-face? How are we going to? So we started a program called GENI MVP, Multicultural Virtual Programming, which we've been doing it since, it's been since 2021, I think 2021 that we started doing it. So what we did is we took advantage of our partners, institutions. We have partners all over the world from different universities, and we get a classroom from one of our colleges here and a classroom from a different partner, and we talk about different topics. We've had the logistics, transportation with a school in Mexico for the Walmart VP came in and did a little lecture, and then we had some questions and answers. We've done death and dying through Dia de los Muertos with some schools where they did some presentations. And then this last International Education Week, we did table talk with Dr. Nafour and Irene, where we talked about mental health and nutrition with two institutions in Peru, and we talked about nutrition. So I want to invite y'all, because especially in the ethics bowl, I was like, oh my God, that would be a great opportunity to connect your students. And we work, we have Lindsay on here who works with the COIL, which is a little bit more of an expansion of that. We have Latanya that does the partnerships, and I want to invite y'all, if y'all want to do a GENI MVP with one of our partners to talk about ethical issues around the world, that would be I think a great opportunity. So thank you for all the work that you do, and I really appreciate this award. Thank you.
Here it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is the Amicus Award, which I'm going to actually ask Marie to present and talk a little bit about our friend Jonathan. So there we go.
Hey, so this is the Amicus Award. It is for friends of philosophy, friends of our discipline, and our winner this year is Jonathan Thomas, our chair. And there are many reasons that we are giving you this award, Jonathan. For instance, Jonathan is a wonderful supporter of communities and endeavors associated with our discipline. So he supports the Philosophy Club, the Ethics Bowl competition, the ICDP, and all tirelessly, with enthusiasm. And we're so grateful for all your support, Jonathan. He is also supportive of us all, the whole department. He's like the platonic form of chair, charitude or chairness, or I don't know how you know. He's just wonderful. He goes to bat for us faculty members and staff every day, and we're so grateful for all that he gives and does. And he's also speaks the language of philosophy. And so that's exciting. If you have questions about Marcus Aurelius's meditations, you know where to go. So thank you for all that you do, all that you give, Jonathan. We are delighted that you could join us today and receive this award. All right.
Jonathan, would you say a few words for us?
Of course, of course. I don't have long words, but I do have important words. And I just want to say that, to all the faculty of the philosophy discipline, to the students and the philosophy club, everyone assembled, the other friends of philosophy, I just want to say this is an honor. I appreciate each and every one of you and what you do for us, for our college. You represent the very best of what this department is, what it's about, what this college is, its mission. And I very much appreciate this. I appreciate this recognition, and I love the work that you guys do. And I look forward to seeing what you guys do in the coming years, because you've already done so many amazing things. I feel like there's so much more that can be done, so many more amazing things. I'm looking forward to seeing it all. And of course, as Marie said, whatever I can do to help, I'm happy to do. I see it as an essential part of my job, is to help support you all to do whatever it is you're trying to do. So anyway, thank you very much. I really
Thank you. And we hope to see you again next year in December and the fall of 2026. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.